So hello friends, in today's video I am going to talk about taxation for OCI card holders, people who have surrendered the Indian passport and basically they are now a foreign citizen. So in today's video I am going to talk about whether OCI card holder should file income tax return in India. If yes, in what situation? If no, then in what situation? So let's discuss this, and I think this video will be very helpful for all those people who are OCI card holder but still they have financial interest in India, they have investments in India and they are earning some kind of income in India. So this video will help them to decide whether they should file the return, income tax return or not. So let's begin. So friends, as you might be aware that lots of people are moving outside India for the purpose of employment and all, and then maybe they like this country, that country, or some other whatever reason, maybe they decide to surrender the Indian passport and they decide to become a foreign citizen. But as you know that India doesn't like it's our home country, and even we are a foreign citizen, still we have a lot of financial interest, even emotional interest here in India. So emotional interest I cannot talk here, we are only going to talk about the financial interest. So lots of time what happen, people have investment in properties, in shares, they have bank accounts here, and they are confused whether they should file return in India or not. Most of the time they feel, okay, I don't have much income so I should not file the return, and what happen, all of a sudden someday they get a notice and then things become messy, unnecessary. So in this video I am going to tell you the situation where a OCI card holder should also file a return, and the situations where if he doesn't file, it's okay. So first thing, what is the requirement when a OCI card holder has to file return? So let me tell you, in India, in income tax, there is no concept of resident or foreigner. There is only concept of resident and non-resident. So even you are a foreign, you are an Indian citizen, if you are staying outside India for more than a particular days, you become a NRI. So in income tax only we talk about non-resident and resident. So if you are staying outside India, generally more than 182 days, you are non-resident in that particular year. There are other sections also. In one of my video, I have already explained how to decide whether you are resident or non-resident. So once you are non-resident, then your world income is generally non-taxable. You don't have to pay taxes in India. But if you are earning some income in India, then it becomes taxable. So same apply with OCI card holder also. OCI card holder are treated as a non-resident. Okay, so whatever rules regulation applies on a non-resident, same will apply on a OCI card holder. You will not be treated as a foreigner because there is no concept of foreigner in income tax. There are certain sections where they use the word Indian citizen, but most of the cases it is how many days you are staying in India or staying outside India. Even a foreigner who comes to India and stay more than 182 days will be considered as a resident. So I am not giving you all the sections and if and buts, I am just giving you a thumb rule. Okay, so if you are a OCI card holder and you are earning income from India by any source of India, for example, you have a house here, you have invested in Indian stocks, generally directly, I am talking about when you have transferred money here and open a demat account here and you have invested. So there are portfolio schemes and all where you can invest. I am not getting into nitty-gritty. Simply I am saying that if you are making money in India from any source, either it can be a house property, it can be an investment in stocks, mutual funds, or you have invested in some Indian startup or other way also. So if you are earning, the thumb rule here is to understand, if you are earning some money by using Indian resources, most probably you have to file your income tax return. Now there are technical terms generally comes up. People say that if your income is less than 2.5 lakh, you don't have to file return. But generally I prefer that if you have any financial interest in India, better you file your return every year, because that way what happen, somebody will check your financial records, your bank statements, and just decide whether there is something to report or not. It's very small expenses, but it will save you from a lot of issues which you may face once you missed out filing a return in the year when you should have filed the return. Because I have seen some cases what happen, because out of habit, if you don't filing the return, what happens, some year you have some taxable transaction, for example you sold a property and you just forget to file the return. Now for a NRI, the notice period is almost 16 years, so it's a very huge, you can say, period and within that period income tax can open your scrutiny or search. So the easiest way always I say that if you have any financial interest where you are getting regular income, big or small, better you get your bank account scrutinized, better to get your demat account scrutinized, and just let a professional find out whether there is any reportable income or there is some taxes coming on something. Just pay the taxes, and this is the easiest practical way and very peaceful. Second condition, if I talk about what are the situation where you don't have to file return. So generally, if you don't have any this kind of financial interest or investments in India, you're just coming India to meet your near and dear, okay, and you not interested most of your investment outside India, hardly you are making any money. If I say you are not making any money in India, so there is nothing which can be called a income from Indian resources, okay, or Indian sources. In that condition, filing return is not important. Just because you are visiting India, it is not important. Just because you are coming India and buying some things for your own consumption, you don't have to file return. Just because you are sending somebody some money, maybe your friends, family, somebody, mostly you don't have to file an income tax return, okay. If your friends or family sending money to you, they have to file return because they have to pay some TDS on that, but you are just receiving some gift, it is, you don't have to file. Now I am telling you gift, I am not telling you when you are selling a gift. So for example, your mother and father given you some gift, maybe a house which you have inherited, so then there will not be a taxable incidence. But when you are going to sell that property and you receive some capital gain, you have to file your return. Even you don't receive any capital gain, still it's always advisable to file an income tax return, so that there should not be a mismatch of records between income tax and whatever your returns are there. So always it's better that if you have some kind of transaction in any particular year, you should report in that year. If you are OCI card holder, which is coming in the second category, where you don't hold any financial interest, you just received some maybe gift, some inheritance, and you're settling it, so only in that year you should file return. Other years you don't have to file return. Again, for the ease of understanding, I am explaining you. Again, I am not getting into a nitty-gritty, it's not a legal advice I am giving here. I just giving you a brief idea so that people understand in what situation they should file return or in what situation it's not required, especially if you are a OCI card holder. Category number 1, if you are a person who got investments here and they are making some kind of income, it's always better to file return, whether your income is less than 2.5 lakh or more than 2.5 lakhs. Because what happen if you don't file, possibly some year you will miss out the return filing when you should file the return, and that thing is going to haunt you maybe in upcoming 15-16 years. In second category, if you belong, where you don't have any financial interest, you just come here to meet people or visit India or go to your native place or find some buy some stuff for personal consumption, you don't need to file return. Only you need to file return if suppose you got some kind of inheritance either from a friend, family, and you're going to sell those inheritance, gift, and you're going to get some income. Only in that year you have to report. Other year it's not required to be reported. You don't have to file return in other years. So hope this simple explanation, especially for OCI card holder, is very helpful because NRI everybody knows, but sometimes this question comes to me, I am a OCI card holder now, so okay, I am a foreign citizen now, should I file the return? Okay, so I told you very simple words. If you are receiving some kind of income, yes, better you file. Even their income is small or big, that's not a problem. Make it a habit, because just paying some amount, you will at least comply and you will not miss out some return in some year. Second, if you don't have any such interest, already you are settled, most of things are moved out, then it's not required. Only in the year when you might receive some income or some kind of, you can say, inheritance or gift, which you are going to sell and you're going to make some income, that year you have to file return as a non-resident. That's it. So hope this video will be helpful, and if you like, please put a thumbs up, and if you have some more question related to OCI taxation in India, you please put your query as a comment. Please don't put your personal details here because it's a public platform, and either me or my team will reach out and answer those questions. That's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.